So first we talked about the making decisions based on what will make you happy. And I did that with choosing the Cafe de Casa. And that's just one decision that I made, but there were several times this happened during the trip. So for instance, Bree, have you heard of cat cafes?
No, but I did see this on your Instagram, so I was rather curious. Tell me more.
Yeah, so my son is known of cat cafes for a very long time. They're very popular in Japan, and they have actually several here in the US. And what they are is you basically go in, you pay a fee, you get like a drink, a coffee or something, and you
Uh-huh.
just get to play with cats. It's just a room of cats. Yeah, it's a room of cats, and a lot of them are up for adoption. So it's a way they get adopted, as well as the fee helps pay for their care and everything. So it's just a good thing all around, especially if you love cats, which my son loves cats, as does my daughter.
Oh my
So
gosh, that would be so fun.
it was fun. There's one here in Phoenix. We have to go because I looked them up after we went. So my son, when we were like, okay, what should we do here in San Francisco? He's like, I want to go to a cat cafe. Do they have cat cafes? And we looked it up, and yes, they had cat cafes.
That's so
So we
funny.
got in the lift. We went to this cat cafe. It was called the Kit Tea Cafe. You
Uh-huh,
paid a
funny.
fee. It was kind of expensive, but I'm like, okay, saving cats, saving cats. It was about $29 per person. And
Oh
with
wow.
that $29, you got a canned beverage from their fridge. But they didn't just have like Coke and Sprite and everything. They had like boba milk tea and like all of these other like
Oh,
Japanese beverages too.
fun.
So it was fun. So we get there, we take off our shoes, we just have socks on, we get our like tea, and we go in the room with all the cats. And it was delightful. Like as soon as we sat down, a cat jumped up on my daughter's lap and she's like, "Oh my gosh, look at this. How cute. He loves me. He loves
Aw.
me." And we're like petting all the cats, and like we were there for an hour and just sitting on the floor. And this one cat, it's a little gray cat. Its name was Tinder. And at first it was hiding in like this little tube. We were trying to get him out. And then he came out and he was just so affectionate to all three of us. And we loved him, especially my kids who were like campaigning to adopt Tinder and bring him home. And they would not stop talking about Tinder. Like we left the cat cafe, and the cat cafe actually had posters for Meowvie night. So like movie night with cats the
Okay.
next night. And they're like, "Can we go to Meowvie night? Can we go to Meowvie night?" And on vacation, how your kids start asking you like over and over and over again, even when you say like, "No, we can't go to Meowvie night," but they keep going, thinking you'll break and it'll
Oh,
drive you
mine do that all
crazy.
the mine do that all the time. They do not wait for vacation for that. That is a year-round sport in our household.
A
But go on.
year-round sport. Yeah. So
Yeah.
they kept asking, and I knew, I'm like, listen, it took 30 minutes in San Francisco traffic one way to get to the Kitty Cafe. No, I'm not doing it again.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, we're not going to Meowvie night to play with Tinder. No, we're not adopting Tinder. And they would not accept the no until finally I'm like, look, I do not want to be asked about Meowvie night anymore. It's funny that I have to be stern when I say the word Meowvie night, but I do not want to be asked about
It's
Meowvie
hard to
night
keep a straight
anymore.
face. It's hard to keep a straight face.
Nor do I want to ask about being asked about Tinder. It is putting me in a bad mood. Please stop asking. And I was very like clear about what I wanted for that boundary. And they stopped. My daughter actually tried asking again, and all I had to do was look at her. And she's like, okay. And
All right.
it wasn't about what they were doing. Like if they asked, I'm just not going to respond to them. I'm not going to give them a response. So that is also important to put in. Be like, I am not going to respond anymore.
Mhm.
I'm not going to do it. So it wasn't something that they had to do. It was something that I did. I just didn't respond. And that was great.